Alright, so good morning everyone, and I want you to imagine this. You just finished a long day of school or work, and you decide to put the extra effort in to work out. So you go to the gym or you practice a sports activity, and by the time you get home, you're exhausted, you feel tired, and you feel hungry. So what do? You open up the fridge and you see a nice, delicious pint of favorite flavor of ice cream. It could be pistachio, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. You get the idea. You want to eat the ice cream, but there's a catch. If you eat the ice cream, you won't meet your protein goals for the day. What are you doing? That's where our company comes in with our solution, where we offer protein-infused, Latin-flavored ice cream with a whopping 60 grams of protein per pint. That's right, 60 grams of protein per pint. That way, our customers don't have to sacrifice their favorite delicious treats to meet their protein goals. Because why should they? Join us at Fortaleza and enjoy strength and every food. Hello everyone, my name is Josh Felipe. I am the CEO of Fortaleza Ice Cream.
And I'm Efren, I am the CMO of Fortaleza.
I'm Edwin, I am the CTO of Fortaleza.
I'm Benicio, I'm the CFO of Fortaleza.
I'm Jacqueline, and I'm the Secretary of Fortaleza.
And we are Fortaleza. And so, moving on to our problem.
We noticed that there was a lack of protein with protein desserts, frozen protein desserts with protein supplementation. So we decided to create protein-infused ice cream with Latin-inspired flavors such as horchata and many more, with 60 grams of protein per pint.
And so moving on to our unique value proposition. So the main thing that separates us from our competitors is the amount of protein we have in our ice cream. So most conventional ice cream brands have around maybe 8 to 12 grams of protein per pint, where ours have 60. And furthermore, we offer unique Latin-inspired flavors that most companies do not offer.
And now moving on to our customer demographic. So this is Sergio. He's a 30-year-old Hispanic male that works as an accountant. Right after he gets out of work, he likes to go to the gym with his buddies. Him and his buddies like being consistent with going to the gym because they like to maintain the physique that they have. They also like to post a lot on TikTok, Instagram, about their daily routines and their gym workouts. So for our customer demographic, we chose to target from 15 to the ages of 40 because these are the primary ages that like to go to the gym, stay active, and take protein supplementations.
So onto our competition, we have Halo Top, Enlighten, and Dos Salsa. Halo Top and Enlighten just being an healthy alternative to ice cream with just low sugar and low calories. Then we have Dos Salsa, which is an Italian gelato. We noticed that this ice cream brand had like higher protein than other brands we've seen. And that's because of the flavor it has, such as peanut butter, which has protein, and mixing it with ice cream gives it a lot more protein. And then we're also macro-friendly, which means that we have a good balance of protein, fats, and carbs.
Now moving on to our MVP recap. So the current flavor that we have been in product development the most and the one we've been advertising has been our horchata vanilla with 60 grams of protein. In our past presentations, we did bring samplers out to our judges to try our horchata vanilla, and a lot of them gave us feedback telling us that they loved it. Some of them told us that we should perhaps reduce the sugar and reduce the sodium as well. As you guys can see, some of you got our famous horchata vanilla, and other of you guys got two of our new flavors, which is our strawberries with milk and our Mexican hot chocolate.
Alright, and so moving on to our advertisement video that we use for our MVP campaign. So
Are you tired of having the urge to eat your favorite dessert, but you can't because it does not have any nutritional value in it? Well, not anymore. Introducing our new Fortaleza, or Horchata Blessed, with our nice, rich horchata flavor added with 60 grams of protein per pint. Taste the difference with our delicious blend of flavor and nutrition. Fortaleza, gain strength in every scoop.
Alright, and so the results from our advertisement campaign on YouTube is that we made 28,000 impressions, and from there, 38 people clicked onto our landing page and filled in information about their zip code and email that were interested in our product. And so from that, we learned that our main demographics were millennials, making out 61.9% of our demographic, and another significant portion being 37.1% being Gen Z. However, we do expect to see better results and a change in our demographic once we advertise on Instagram and TikTok, because that's where we feel like the majority of our potential customers will be on. And so we're planning on revamping our advertisement, making a better video, and then privately funding our own campaign on there.
And so now for our potential pivots, some of the pivots that we have considered in the past has been getting into the Mexican ice cream market, which would mean having our main focus on just the unique Latin flavors for our ice cream and not really much on the protein. A second market that we've also touched upon has been the keto ice cream, which would mean still having good flavored ice cream, but reducing the sugar on it to making it 0 grams. And the reason why we chose to stick with protein ice cream is because protein ice cream, the market is not really a touched upon market. And we also feel like if we mix protein-infused ice cream with our unique Latin flavors, Fortaleza would become a very successful company in the market. And so moving on to our marketing plan. So for step one of our marketing plan would be gaining a bigger audience and getting a lot of awareness out there. This would mean like going to a lot of events, getting people samplers, and letting them give us their feedback on what they think of our ice cream. One example of this could be like the LA Muscle Beach Fest. That would be a very good place to go market at. And for step two, it would be a product launch and also be very consistent with turning news into buyers, which would mean posting a lot on Instagram, TikTok, so people can stay engaged and connected to our business. And for step three, it would be expanding our flavors and getting a larger audience, which would be letting people tell us what they want to see here at Fortaleza so we can improve and match their necessities.
So this is our mentor, Jeff Bennett, owner of 3 local ice cream shops here in Fresno called Ampersand. So what he's been helping us with is the chemistry involved in ice cream and how certain aspects can affect the taste and the texture. He's also been helping us with the restrictions involved in making ice cream and helping us overcome those obstacles.
And so overall, he's been a really great help throughout this whole process.
So moving on to our pricing. For our pint, we are targeting to have $14 for a whole pint. In past feedback, it was originally $11, but the judges in the past presentations did say to raise the price because it would still have a high demand for it. So for market sizing, for our whole United States, we have 42 million people in our market. That's people who work out weekly and take protein supplements weekly. Here in California, we have 5.1 million people in our market, and in Fresno, only 70,000 people in our market. So here's our 3-year financial projection. In our first year, we were projected to make after costs $141,000. In our third year, we are projected to make $242,000. So for the investors, we are asking for $120,000 for 10% of our business. And the last page of your investors shows off more details about that. And with our capital, we're asking for our startup costs, which is $75,000, and an SG&A of $17,000. And with that, we're asking for developing, which is testing, and potentially we're hoping our capital ask covers our co-packing fees. So for key metrics, for our first year, we're targeting to have 40,000 pints sold. And we want to have a customer retention rate of 70%. With that, we also want 10,000 followers on all of our social media our first year, so whether it be TikTok, Instagram, and maybe Facebook. And for our website traffic, we want 5,000 monthly visitors to websites. And on customer scores, either be on our product or our website, we want 4.5 out of 5. And for promotional performances like buy one, get one free, 20% off, we want 20% increase in sales.
So on to environmental impact. So how we believe we affect the environment is with our transportation on taking our ice cream to other local grocery stores. So for example, we're going to be using diesel trucks, which emit a lot of emissions into the air. Also with our equipment, which use a lot of electricity to make this ice cream. And then our packaging, it really affects the environment because of all the trees being cut down in order to form the packaging.
Ways that we can reduce these environmental impacts are by using hybrid vehicles to transport our ice cream to different stores, and using bamboo packaging, which is low cost and a highly renewable resource, as well as using solar energy for our refrigeration for our ice cream.
And so moving on to our 3-year exit strategy. So our strategy is based off holding onto our company and scaling it up. And from there, we will have a meeting between our co-founders and then discuss potential options if we want to hold onto our company or if we would like to potentially sell it off. And so for our first years, we want to establish sales within our local area. So we're going to be selling in small mom and pop shops and gas stations and other smaller stores. And from there, we also want to try to start selling in smaller nearby cities such as Madera and Greeley. And so for our second year, we want to try to reach out to those larger wholesale stores such as Costco, Walmart, Target, FoodMax to reach large portions of our customer demographic. And we would also like to try to start selling in other cities such as LA and San Francisco, so we could expect to see a large increase in sales at that stage. And finally, by year 3, we want to buy our own production facility, as briefly mentioned by my partner Ben, who said that we're going to need co-packing. And so the reason for that is it's easier to use co-packing facilities for our first 2 years of producing our ice cream to help meet the regulations in California. But then by our 3rd year, we're hoping to be able to buy our own facility for quality control and to reduce costs further. And at this state, we want to try selling in other states outside of California and potentially to other countries as well. So, why should you have to sacrifice your favorite delicious frozen treats when you don't have to? Join us at Fortaleza, where you can have 60 grams of protein per pint and enjoy strength in every scoop. Thank you.
Well, I like getting a treat when I'm over here, so it's very good. I did have your horchata before, and I think that I have a couple buddies, okay, that have struggled with weight because they're in the engineering field and they sit a lot at a desk. One's in drafting, one's an architect, one's an engineer. And they sit a lot and they just gain weight. They fret about it. They're like, go to the gym, can't get it off. They just, you know, hitting mid-stride in life and starting to find that the metabolism's down. So they've gone to protein diets and they go into ketosis, and it works really well for them. And maybe that's an old school approach, but they like it and it works well. And I know two of them for sure have a sweet tooth, and they would go for a high protein with low sugar, no sugar. However you can pull that off, I just don't think it's common to find, and I think they want to have treats too. You know, typically I'll say for businesses that come through the team, I like to encourage you guys to select a business that can go broad, go wide, go statewide, go nationwide. If you can go statewide, you're entertaining the 5th largest economy in the world. So you talked about LA, you talked about San Francisco, you're already thinking you're ready to do that sort of thing, you know? So I say go for it. And having an ice cream store owner as a mentor is really important. The fact that he'll give to you, help and encourage you, and so I don't have to fact check a whole bunch of stuff because I feel like it's been done. My overview is go for it, and that there's a market out there, and take a risk that he doesn't have to take because he's not specifically doing it, and he's encouraging you. Just go for it. Let's move forward. I want to see what's next. I want to see what happens after you move to the next square on the board game. You know, yeah, good presentation. All your stuff's good. It's got a lot of light colors, and that's ice cream, and it's got a warm feel to it. If that matches with ice cream, but when I say warm, like it invites you in, it feels like it's attractive. So I think your team shared responsibility well too. Yeah, thank you.
Very well organized. I loved your guys' PowerPoints and your baby presentation. Can I buy 13 pints? Like, I'm already up there. Literally, this was my breakfast. So you had me sold at protein ice cream. It is niche enough where I could see it having such a viable potential. If it wasn't niche enough about having Hispanic flavored ice cream, you made it even more niche with protein. So those who are interested in health, or health fanatics, or just wants to have a less guilty treat. Don't get me wrong, I love to treat myself, but I also know, like you said, sometimes a lot of the work I do is sitting down. And it's hard for me to feel good eating candy or any other sweets when I know I'm not going to work this off later. Oh yeah. It will be interesting to see this being test marketed in a little store, or maybe a shop that already sells ice cream. I will say off rip, if you go to Fresno State Student Recreational Center, that might be a really great place to get immediate feedback from customers. Literally, it's a free gym for college students who go there to work out. You can get immediate input and get data that way. So, for sure, if I don't see you guys there, like in the next year, I will be mad.
I will definitely look into it.
For sure.
I can say that I'm not really a magical person, but I taste it and then the stereo block, I pick us back up. You coming in, you grabbed us with, hey, this is da-da-da-da, you know, and how we stand out with others is the protein and this and that. So that right there itself sets you apart from others, okay? I loved how all of you interacted, all of you spoke, you could hear me clearly, so thank you, I appreciate that. This product right here, I see it future-wise, I do. If I don't see this, even at Campus Point somewhere, I'll count. I do know Fresno is really, really funny. Okay, this area is really funny when it comes to new products, new services, new ideas. So I could see you maybe like at the fairgrounds, like when the fair opens up, you all out there marketing that demographic area, Southeast Fresno. I can see you over there. I can also see like when you're really just a little part of the year.
Yeah.
It might be a little tough in Fresno, but if you get a resource and I forget the gentleman's name who's already who's been consulting with you, and I forget his name. He just
Right there.
oh, my cousin. But pick him, bother him, text him, knock on his door, and get in his head and have him help you. So he can help you with that marketing and get this product out there. So I didn't realize that when we started. But other than
That's
that,
because he was behind a podium that was all wood.
is that
and
what
picture.
But I love this. I love it. You all did an amazing job. So.
What did you mean funny? Fresno funny?
Well,
Funny like the clown?
this first is a test market for a lot of restaurants and stuff that comes.
And that's because of the broad
Yeah.
cultural diversity that's here.
It's the second largest melting pot in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
After East Lansing, Michigan, if you can believe it.
Yeah. And obesity and diabetes and all that really it's a big deal here.
Yeah.
Fresno is very strong on its chains and established brands, which has changed over the last, I don't know, 5-10 years. I'd like to say that we were part of that, but you're starting to see a lot more local businesses come up, but even being a local community and Farm Central, Fresno historically is very strong on, I mean, some of the largest restaurants in Fresno are Applebee's and Chili's. They've lost that hold in the last 5 years, but Applebee's, like this is one of Applebee's biggest markets in the United States, is Fresno. And it's because people like their chains, they like consistency. It's why Dutch Brothers is so popular, it's consistent. Starbucks is so popular.
That's because locals, we like high-end restaurants. Like we're going to Applebee's.
But isn't there a new ice cream spot on Shaw and Blackstone by Skechers that just opened up a little ice cream spot?
Sean Blackstone, yeah, that's
What's it called?
I'm horrible with my Spanish, but what is the La Michicana? Yeah, it's a La Michicana. They have, I think that's their third or fourth location in Fresno, because they have one over on First and Shields, and they have another one over off of Clinton and 99.
99.
Are they all like the same brands? Like
I believe so. Yeah. I know the one on Shaw and Blackstone is the same one as the one on First and Shaw. Or not First and Shaw, I'm sorry, First and Shields.
Okay, you guys win an award for the biggest segue of the judges ever. I've never seen it go that far.
Are we going to Applebee's for lunch?
So that's what I
Sponsored by.
Great presentation. I think you guys did a wonderful job of meeting the school requirements, identifying a trend in the real world. So you've seen the yogurts over the last 2 or 3 years, starting to become the Greek yogurts, the 12% yogurts. And so, going into the ice cream, fantastic product. I love the sample I had. One note that I have is, for me, it just really irks me that the one woman on the team is the secretary. And I think if she was a C-level person, it really would make you guys stand out that we are innovating. And we're not just going to pigeonhole the woman into the secretary. We're going to make her, CFO, marketing, or something like that. So,
you going after like the Mexican flavor market, I think that's huge in Fresno. I think that's huge, especially even in the gym workout realm here as well, and so I think that adds another unique aspect to your ice cream. And one thing we've learned in our business is that what you can make that's unique and it's different, that's not Baskin Robbins, that's not the chains, is what's going to separate you from the other people. You guys mentioned co-packing, which I'm sure after my pounding you guys of how hard it is to work in the state with dairy has led you to that direction. I think that's a great idea. I think if you go to your idea and you sign a non-disclosure agreement with them, which they're going to roll off right away, You can probably start working with the food scientists. I can get you a couple different businesses that might be able to do co-packing for you guys on the ice cream realm, or at least get you started down that path. A food scientist is going to be the one that's going to help you get those sugars down and things, because as we've talked, sugar is the key ingredient in ice cream, and I don't think, and not to say that you guys aren't smart enough, but even with my years of knowledge in this industry, getting sugar down is an impossible thing to do. A food scientist is going to give you that math. They're going to tell you that all the different add-ins that you can do that replicate what sugar does in ice cream, and they're going to help you find that proper equation. I can't give you that, unfortunately, because I haven't figured it out yet. And so, yeah, so I would strongly encourage that. I think if you guys did, I think that your guys' concept is a national concept. I've done research since meeting with you guys. There isn't a lot of high protein, especially this high protein ice cream out there at all. And I think if you guys went to a co-packer, I think you guys would almost do better to go the route of mail order. Because looking at some of your numbers, when you mail order, a 4-pint minimum is typically what's required, because you're shipping something with dry ice, it has to go in a box. You don't ship 1 pint at a time. You order Jenny's Splendid ice creams, it's a 4-pint minimum. Typically you order 8, and they're charging $15 a pint on top of charging you a $20 delivery fee. And you're spending $200 in ice cream per order, and that's more than 50% of their business now, despite having 20 scoop shops across the United States. So I think if you guys go the co-packing route, you can find a co-packer that will make, create, package, and ship for you. Even if for a larger percentage, I think it's something that can be very lucrative for you. And as you do that, working towards a future production facility here in town, bringing the business back into Fresno. There's actually 3 major ice cream producers here right off the 99. And so you could probably even find a national ice cream producer that would co-pack for you potentially. It's here in town, but if you had your own production facility, then you can start making and packing and establishing a UPS or FedEx relationship. You can start doing a lot like Salt and Straw or Jenny's or any of the big ice cream sellers out there. Halo does it as well. So if you're wanting to go that route, I think you go big and you look at that. Because I think co-packing to sell at Fresno State, you're going to lose money. I'd love to see it at Fresno State, but I think co-packing just to sell at Fresno State or at the GB3s in town or like that market, you're going to lose money co-packing. Yeah, and I think, but the other option, if you just go that national and you go the mail order route, it's huge now. I mean, I know people that, our customers order Jenny's for mail order, and I'm like, why you live 4 blocks from our shop, why you buy? Well, they have this flavor that I really like, so we order 4 pints at a time. I'm like, whatever. So that could be a huge thing, and a co-packer is going to really be able to give you that expertise and knowledge on that. So yeah, I am really impressed on what you guys have taken from me and how you guys have applied that knowledge into what you're doing. And I do think it's a great product. I think if you guys are really passionate about this, like this is something you guys can run with and make something big out of. So really good job. And I hope to continue mentoring you guys and talking you guys through this. And yeah, who knows, being a partner with you guys at some point. So
well, we look forward to it. Could I don't know, but I think it'd be better said for everybody. Wow. I mean, that's huge that you would say, I see a nationwide stamp. I see a nationwide flag. I see something that can go, but you're in the business. There's not a part of you that's like, hey, I taste, feel, see something that I could do too, we could do together, that's not something that's outside your purview or focus?
I think we're different concepts. So, I mean, ours at Ampersand is all about being fresh and local. So we don't use any stabilizers. We don't use any artificial or balancing ingredients in any of our ice cream. So, like our vanilla is literally milk that's grown in a farm within 15 miles of Fresno Central, sugar, eggs, and vanilla extract, and that's it. There's nothing else in it. I can't transport. I can't even sell my ice cream in a retail freezer at a market because you put it in there and somebody opens that door 15 times, the ice cream's done by the end of one day.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas a protein and what they want to do with low sugar, like they're going to go that route and they want to pursue that, and there is a market for that. This is not our market. So, but being in that industry, I definitely see. I mean, people come into our shop all the time. Like, do you guys have a high protein or low sugar, or they're always looking for keto or those different things. And so there's definitely a market even here in Fresno.
I get it. Yeah. Gotcha. Following you.